I'm going to tell you a story, Sam. Would you like to hear a story? Ronnie the rabbit and Horace the horse lived on a ranch. Actually, it was a farm. It was Farmer Gray's farm. They were friends. They were best friends, just like you and Booker. And yeah, you and Booker. And every day, Ronnie the rabbit and Horace the horse would go out into the meadow and play. And they'd run around and they'd have a good old time. And they'd run and jump and just really enjoy life. One day, after a really heavy rainstorm, Horace the horse got stuck in a mud bog. And he started sinking. And Horace yelled to his friend Ronnie the rabbit, "Ronnie, run to Farmer Gray's house and get help. Tell Farmer Gray I'm sinking and save me." Well, Ronnie the rabbit ran down to the Farmer Gray's house. And he looked for Farmer Gray inside the house and he wasn't there. And he looked outside, couldn't find him. He looked in the barn and he still couldn't find him. Then he got an idea. He saw Farmer Gray's keys to his Mercedes on the table, and he grabbed the keys, jumped into the Mercedes, grabbed a rope from the barn, and drove back to the mud bog. And when he gets to Horace, who is all the way up to his neck in mud, he says, "Horace, grab this end of the rope. I'll throw it to you. Grab end of the rope. I'll tie the other end to the bumper of the Mercedes, back it up, and I'll pull it out." And sure enough, that's what he did. And he saved Horace. He saved his life. That's what best friends do. You would do that for Booker, wouldn't you? Well, a few days later, they were back out. Everything was back to normal again, but then they had another heavy rainstorm. And this time it was Ronnie who got stuck in the mud bog. And Ronnie the rabbit says to Horace, "Ronnie, help me. Go run to get Farmer Gray and get some help and get me out of here, save my life." And Horace the horse starts to go back to the farm. Oh, am I boring you? Sorry. I'll get to the end. It's almost over. He runs, then he stops and he thinks, "Wait a minute." And he walks back to the mud bog and he spreads his legs over the mud bog. And he says to Ronnie, "Ronnie, reach up and grab my hangy down part." And Ronnie does. He reaches up and grabs Horace's hangy down part, and Horace pulls him up and saves his life. Do you know what the moral to the story is? Huh, Sam? Do you? When you're hung like a horse, you don't need a Mercedes.